Every single day, brand new money is printed. Brand new money is created, and none of it goes to you. Isn't that amazing that they will print or invent, they will fabricate this brand new money, and they'll dish it out to everybody. All the banks and the hedge funds and all the mortgage advisors, and there are people with government contracts, so they're in on the famoose, and everyone just gets rich, everyone just gets this money. But you don't get any of it, none of it. If you got 0.1% of it, you'd be a billionaire. If you got 0.001% of it, you'd be a very wealthy man. How come you get none of the money? The people printing the money wouldn't even care if they had to give you some of the money, because the money they print is worthless. They can print more, they don't care. For them, it's nothing. It's like giving away dirt, giving away air. Just take it, whatever. Whoever's here, whoever's standing in line can just have some dirt. But you get none of the money. The people giving it out don't even want to stop it from being given to you, and still you get none. Doesn't that annoy you? Haven't you thought about this? Every single day money is printed, you have none. You have to go and work like a fucking peasant, like a dumbass. Has this ever crossed your mind? Two things can be true at once. It is harder to get rich than it's ever been, and it's also easier to get rich than it's ever been. The reason it's harder is because in the 1980s or 1990s, it was basic consumer capitalism. For you to get rich, you had to sell a product. You'd open a butcher's store, or you'd open a bakery, or you'd open a factory that sells teacups, and enough people would buy your product, and before you know it, you'd be rich. Very simple. But in the world we live in today, there are no mom and pop shops, there are no small businesses, because everything's become globalized and monopolized. It's extremely difficult for you to compete with Amazon. How are you going to open a little phone store and sell phone chargers for 20 pounds each when somebody can buy them on Amazon for 99 cents? It makes it very difficult for you to have a small business. However, it is also easier to become rich than ever before, because now you can grow capital with basically no work. In the 1980s, at the same time, where it was easy for you to open up lots of little stores and make money with consumer capitalism, if I said to you, here's $10 million, grow it, you'd have to really think outside the box of how you're going to do that. Probably you'd have to open up a whole bunch more stores or open a factory. And that means you now need a whole bunch of staff, and you need an HR department, and you have to monitor them, make sure they do their work, and make sure nothing is stolen, and find some land and build all these things, etc. Nowadays, if I give you 10 million and said grow it, you know exactly what to do. Even without professional training, even with no research, you simply buy Bitcoin, you buy ETH, or you invest in the stock market and you sit and wait for your money to go up. So it's easy to turn money into more money, but it is very difficult to get money in the first place. And that is why the game is truly unfair, because as a rich person, it is so ridiculously easy to make more and more money. But as a poor person, even you at home watching this understand all you need is 3 or 4 million. If you had 3 or 4 million liquid, you wouldn't have to buy a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or an Aston Martin or a McLaren. You wouldn't do that. You'd invest it and you'd be rich for life. But how do you get the 3 or 4 million? So, in this new game we're playing, in many ways, although it's disadvantageous to the people who are poor, I would argue it's a huge opportunity for anybody who's prepared to knuckle down and dedicate themselves and get some money.
Why not you? You've got the brains, you can make decisions, you can study the plan, you can change your life, you can grow immensely in the next few years, you can make your dreams come true, you can build a financial wall around your family nothing can get through, you can become healthy, you can become powerful. Why not you?
And so, like, the consistency of work, Monday, get better. Tuesday, get better. Wednesday, get better, right? And you do that over a period of time, you know, not like 1 month or 2 months. I mean, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And then you can get to where you want to go.
Well, everybody knows you got to pay a price for winning, but most people aren't willing to pay it. They may pay it once, but literally you got to pay it every single day. And the crazy part about that is the price changes daily. Just like the stock market goes up and down, the price of winning changes on a daily basis. And you got to be willing to pay that price, whatever it is on that day.
Hustle, hustle, hustle. Sleep was sin in my household. Sin. I saw my dad asleep one time in my life. If it was daylight, you couldn't be inside. Mom would always say, why are you going to watch someone doing something when you can go out in the world and do it yourself? Turn that damn thing off. Get outside. Had to be outside. Get out in the world. Go hustle. Figure it out. Be home at dark. That was just the understood rule.
The universe, God, karma, whatever you want to call it, will only give you money the hard way. It'll only give you success the hard way. You can't get any of it the easy way. It just never seems to come like that. I know people win the lottery and all this shit, but have you won the lottery? I haven't won the lottery. Have you? Has anyone? Is it real? When you get a chance to do something, when you're offered the ability to work on something and it feels hard or it feels difficult, you need to get very excited. You need to say, this feels difficult. This feels hard. I'm struggling to stay motivated. I'm struggling to be disciplined. That means it's going to work. Because I promise you, if you dedicate yourself 100%, those are the ones that work.
What have you got to lose?
Exactly. I have nothing to lose. If everybody who's like at the bottom and feels like they have nothing going for them, reframe that as I have nothing going for me, which also means that I have nothing to lose by taking action, it makes you a much more dangerous person. And I think that was the flip that I've had repeatedly shown to me in my life that allowed me to take the step that I was afraid to take.
Maybe you're thinking, I don't know how to build a dam. I don't know how to get 1 million people involved in anything. Well, let me tell you a secret. No one does when they begin. Ideas don't come out fully formed. They only become clear as you work on them. You just have to get started.
I want you to do 3 things. Stay humble. Never forget where you came from. Stay hungry. Keep that fire in your soul. And stay true. Always be real with yourself and the world. Because the world don't need no more copies. It need originals. And trust me, ain't nobody else that can do what you do like you do.
Why is the money so important? Why do you always come back to the dollars? People want to know. I mean, why does it always come to money?
Why not? I mean, everything you got on costs money. Everything you do costs money. You can't take your wife on a date for free.
Is that how you measure your success?
No. Money don't make me, I make money. Me, I'm loyal and honest. And without money, I'll be the same person.
Doesn't matter where you come from, what you have or don't have, what you lack, what you have too much of, but all you need to have is faith in God, an undying passion for what you do or what you choose to do in this life, and a relentless drive and the will to do whatever it takes to be successful and whatever you put your mind to.
No one knows you exist. And so the answer is you have to advertise more. You either do 100 reach outs a day, cold or warm. You do 100 minutes of making content and post something. And then paid ads is 100 minutes a day of making paid ads. So that's doing the research, looking at other hooks, recording, editing, cutting it, and spending money. You reach out to people, you make content, you run ads, pick one.
Whatever you want to be, work hard, dedicate yourself, be obsessed to be something, and believe in you. Everything is possible in your life. To be the position that I am today, you have to dedicate yourself 100%. It's not 1 year, it's 10 years, 12 years. I will continue to work hard to try to...
People fail because they want a dream girl without going on 100 bad dates. They want a dream customer without 100 bad leads they have to work. They want a dream body without 100 bad workouts, right? If necessity is the mother of invention, then repetition is the father of results.
Are you suffering? Are you in pain? Good. You are on a good path. Suffering is the only way to the top.
Be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable.
Pain is the only way to change.
Be the guy who embraces hard work.
If you want to become the best, there is no family. If you want to spend time with your family, kids, okay, be with them. You're gonna become best family man. I'm not against family people. I just say, if you wanna become best in this business, you have to sacrifice. Sacrifice your time, sacrifice your health, and sacrifice everything good you have.
My whole career was based on late night. In fact, you wouldn't catch me on a fucking morning workout. At all.
That's true.
Never.
That's
I would
true,
actually miss the classes and show up on my own, late afternoon one, and then I'd come back 1 a.m., 2 a.m., I'd blast the music, I'd go into my mind frame and just visualize the sequences and the fights, and I'd put in the best work that I put in. Don't talk yourself out of success if you're a late night person and you're not on the clock. I wasn't either, and look where it got me.
If you think small, small things happen. I always dream big. I always believe. I believe in my team. I believe in these fighters. When Badu, Jack got hit with a good shot and he took a loss, it was nothing. It's a minor setback for a major comeback. And he's world champion now.
Always, always, always talk good about yourself. Always talk positive about yourself. always tell yourself you can do it. Always be that encourager. And I was like, but that doesn't make sense. You know you're messing up. You know you're upping up. You're The breakthrough was I have a picture of myself at 6 years old. And I looked at that picture of that kid. Is that kid a bad kid? No. He's 6. He said, at no time ever in your life did you ever stop being that little boy. Ever. That little boy is you. It changed everything. It changed the way I saw everything. And I said, would I ever call him an idiot? Would I ever call this little boy stupid? Never. Then why would I ever call myself that?
The best in the world are not the best because they win every point. It's because they know they'll lose again and again and have learned how to deal with it. You accept it, cry it out if you need to, and then force a smile.
Brother, nobody is coming to save you.
When every boy realizes no one's coming to save him.
Not your parents, not your friends, not the world.
And that's when he becomes a man. And some boys never get there and stay children forever.
The life you want is waiting, but only if you're man enough to take the responsibility of creating it. Get to work.
It's hard when you're young to wake up in the off season at 6 a.m. to go train and work out, knowing that all your friends are sleeping in and eating pancakes. It's hard when you're on your way to practice, weighed down with all your gear, and it's 90 degrees out and all the other kids are at the pool or at the beach, and your body is already completely exhausted from workouts in 2-a-days. It's hard to throw, catch, block, and tackle, and hit kids when they're way bigger and way more developed than you, only to go home that night bruised and battered and strained, but knowing you have to show up again the next day for just the chance to try again. But understand this, life is hard.
You know, fuck your tired body, fuck that unmotivated mind, and get out there and do it anyway. You know, you better fight yourself, because you're not only winning when things are going your way. You got to figure out how to win when things aren't going your way. You got to figure out when your body's fighting you, when your mind's fighting you. How do you still, just say, fuck it, I'm gonna beat my mind today? Or do you just give in to your mind and say, oh, I'm tired today, I'm lazy, I don't want to do it, it's too hard, no one else is doing it, it's a weekend, it's too late, these are already off hours, oh, exactly what I want isn't happening right now. Like, okay, great. You know who that's great for? Your competition. You want that attitude to permeate the people that you're competing against. You want them to give in to their mind. You want them to say, oh, it's too hard, I can't do it. But you want to be the one that says, fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway. I know I don't feel good today, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to prove to myself that even on days that it doesn't feel right, I push myself. The only way to gain confidence in yourself is to build something. It's not to wait for it to happen.
You only live once, so do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be
You will never feel this level of happiness if you don't go for something in your own life. When they knock you down, when they try on you, when they talk about you, and they try to put their foot on your neck, if you stay down, you will never ever get that resolve. Fortify your mind and feel this level of happiness as you rise.
You can't really give a fuck about what people say no more. Because everybody gonna fucking critique everything that you do, no matter what you do. That shit will creep into your mind. No matter if you believe it or not. It's wasted energy. Yeah, it's wasted energy. I wanted to prove everybody wrong. And I literally lost myself in the moment.
What would you say to someone who's going through a string of bad days or bad weeks or bad months?
Say it's okay. You're not alone. Stick in what you're doing right now. And in those hard times, believing they're going to lead to good times. It just creates a lot less friction in your life, And I think whenever we're going through a hard time, we just want it to end.
The thing is with me is I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit what anybody says or what anybody thinks. I have this mindset. I know exactly who the fuck I am. I have my circle of people that I hang around with who know me and know what I'm about and whatever. And anybody else who doesn't like it or doesn't want to, fucking bad.
If you're doing good, they got something to say.
If you're doing bad, they got something to say. So do what makes you happy. Because you see this jet, you see this private jet that we own? I got it because I did what the fuck I wanted to do. I made over $1 billion. You know why? Because I did what the fuck I wanted to do. I'm gonna always tell Tank, do what the fuck you want to do.
If you can see it here, and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen. A lot of times people believe in certain things, but they keep to themselves. They don't put it out there. You truly believe in it. If you become vocal with it, you are creating that law of attraction, and it will become reality. They're damn right I'm in it to make the money. This is prize fighting. I'm in it to get rich, fast, and then I'm in it to get out. So people can say whatever they want about what way I've gone about things, but the way I've gone about it has worked. Get in, get rich, get out.
The past is part of you, but it's not all of you. What happened to you or the mistakes you made may have shaped you, but they do not define the entirety of you. You are also your present and your potential. It's like a chapter in a book, important, but there are many chapters left to write. You are more than just your history.
Most people fail the first time, and the second, and the third. I had 9 businesses that amounted to almost nothing before I had my first real big win. In the beginning, no one buys anything, but you do remember building the logo on the website and thinking that you had a business, but nothing happens, right? And then finally you make your first sale, but you're like, this isn't a real business. What's going on here? I exchanged money, so I guess I technically am in business. Do I have to pay taxes on this now? What happens, right? And then on your 4th try, you're like, oh, what do you know? I made a profit and it took me 5 years to get here. The guys that I know, almost all of us, failed for a while.
When I look at these people who are so happy or screaming over a football team, who the fuck cares? There are full-grown adults, can barely pay their bills, sitting at home, scrolling on TikTok, watching teenagers dance. When they put that down, what they'll do for fun is watch millionaires kick a ball around, as they can't pay their bills. My favorite sports ball team. Then they'll get mad if their team doesn't win, as if that somehow fucking matters. These people have lost their fucking minds. They've lost their consciousness.
People give up right before they get what they've always wanted to get. People quit and they give up. And I will not be the person who quit before I got what I wanted or what I needed or what I felt I was supposed to have.